friends, hello. I have two things to say right off the bat. First, I'm not in Japan. I'm in Croatia, which is very similar to Japan, except that it's different in every single conceivable way, the exact opposite pretty much. I'm in Dubrovnik right now, which is where they filmed like a lot of Game of Thrones scenes. It's very Mediterranean. I'm in a medieval city right now. It's gorgeous. I'm by myself. I'm alone. I used to be with my mom and sister. We were here for one of my best friend's wedding, but they have since left because their flight was today. My flight's tomorrow for price reasons. It's almost sunset. There's a beautiful coastside bar that I'm thinking of. It was a little tricky to find because the entrance is literally just a cutout hole in the wall, but I found it by following the steady stream of tourists. That's always a good little cheat code if you don't know exactly where you're going. But the bar is beautiful. It's half bar and it's half diving rock platform, so you can jump off and dive. I have my lemon flavored beer. It's very crowded, but it is beautiful for a reason. People are literally jumping off the cliffs. I will not be doing that, not today. I have a flight tomorrow, so. People are crazy. I'm not doing that, 0% chance. Ohayou gozaimasu, or as they say in Croatian, something. I haven't learned Croatian yet. Everyone speaks English, it's very convenient. Anyhow, I just woke up. Of course, I wake up looking like this with my hair and makeup done, as we all do, as Hollywood has taught us. But today I think I'm just gonna go grab some lunch. There's 1,000 cafes. They're all really good. You can just walk into any of them. Lovely. And then I think I'm gonna go up to the walls because Dubrovnik Old Town is a fortified city and it's just completely enclosed in walls, so you can actually walk them. So I'm gonna check that out. Okay, I think I've decided on Tex Mex, which I get, not very Mediterranean, but listen, I've been eating Mediterranean food for the last week and there's no good Tex Mex in Tokyo, so I'm gonna see if there's good Tex Mex in Croatia. Also, this is the little street that my apartment's on. Cute, right? Very cobblestoney. So Dubrovnik's famous now for being where they shot Game of Thrones, and they shot most of the scenes in Old Town, and actually this street that I'm on right now is where they shot the famous Walk of Shame scene. If you haven't seen it, it's a lovely, wholesome, uplifting scene, so it's really nice to be able to see it here in person, take the walk myself. So I'm here, you basically just find any open seat and you sit down and the waiters will come up to you. This is a Tex Mex place and a pizzeria, so not the greatest sign, but we shall see. I just finished. It was really good, but oh my gosh, it was expensive. It ended up being like 30 euros, especially because you have to pay for water. And do you know how bad the conversion rate is between yen and euros? I just looked up the conversion rate. Those are the most expensive quesadillas I've ever had. Oh no. Okay, well now we're gonna go see the walls. Not free either. So the city I visited in Croatia is called Dubrovnik, and although today it's most famous for Game of Thrones, it actually has a really interesting history, if you'll indulge me for a bit while we admire these beautiful views from the walls. So Dubrovnik city actually existed as an independent city-state between 1382 and 1804, even though it was a tiny republic nation with less than 100,000 citizens, and it was wedged between the more powerful Venetian and Turkish empires. It was able to keep its independence using diplomacy and making themselves a hotspot for trade and espionage between the two more powerful nations. They also had an extremely progressive government, especially for the time. They were the first nation to outlaw slavery in 1382, and they established the first ever public orphanage in Europe in 1432. The leader of the government was called the Proctor, and one of the most unique things about the Dubrovnik government was that the Proctor's term length was only 1 month long. During this time, the Proctor was pretty much locked into the central government building, and he wasn't allowed to leave until his term was over. The 1 month term limit was to ensure that the Proctor truly focused on improving things for the citizens and that he could never gain too much power. When I was on the walls, I saw a fort. I was like, can I go to that fort? So we're gonna try to go to that fort. It's outside the city walls too, so. god. This is more difficult than the wall. So many stairs. That was fun. This has been a really fun hike, very relaxing day like I had planned. I'm realizing this fort too is also where a lot of Game of Thrones scenes were filmed, like a lot of them walking through the corridor, which the characters walking and talking is like 40% of that show. So actually it does get kind of maze-like in here, which is cool. I kind of don't know where I am right now. So my review of the fort is that it's a big stone building with some cannons, which is cool, but not a whole lot else. But the views are absolutely amazing, which I think is kind of the point. Well, now that it's a tourist attraction, not before, when it was, you know, a fortress. There's so many like traditional Croatian jewelry shops. I really love them. I've been going in a couple. I've already bought some stuff for myself, like this necklace. I'm gonna see if I can find Sarah something. We usually buy each other like matching jewelry, so it'd be cute. I think we could each have, I can get her something and we can each like match. I'm very excited. I found me and Sarah a matching pair of earrings, not these obviously, and bracelets. So I like them a lot. Hopefully Sarah likes them. We have very different styles, but we'll see. Oh my goodness, I am tired, and I'm gonna do what most Europeans do when they get tired. Go get gelato. So you know how I mentioned Dubrovnik opened the first public orphanage? Well, this is it. Obviously it's filled in with stone now and it's easy to miss, but this is the original building and barred window. It's down an unimpressive back alley, and because abandoning a kid could destroy a woman's entire reputation, a whole system was put in place to protect her identity. The woman would always come in the dead of night completely veiled head to toe. When the woman entered the alleyway, they would sound a bell, and every resident on the street knew that this meant that they would have to shut their windows completely, shut their window shutters, and then the woman would drop the baby off in the barred window and then just disappear back into the night, never having to reveal her face to anybody. So this is a really fun street. Not only does it have one of the best gelato shops in the city, which is run by the chef of the only Michelin star restaurant, which my mom and sister we got to do, very amazing. It is also where the red light district used to be. Yeah, it was not necessarily legal, but they kind of just like turned a blind eye anyways because it's gonna happen regardless. This is lovely. Now you might think this is vanilla, and that would be like me because I usually am very boring and I just get vanilla, but actually I went a little crazy. This is lemon ginger sorbet. It's so refreshing. Oh, this is such a good way to end the day. I got an Americano. Actually, can I tell you guys a secret? I didn't take a sip right then because it would be too hot and I would burn myself. I know this from a lot of past experience. I am truly at peace now. After enjoying my coffee and sorbet, I took a walk down to the pier to enjoy my last couple hours here in Dubrovnik and to stare moodily out into the ocean. Here, watch me look out moodily into the ocean, not at the camera. No. Okay, well I looked out into the ocean too, I promise. In fact, look at these kayakers I saw. Beautiful. Okay friends, I think that's it for me and my solo adventure. Tomorrow I'm headed back to Japan. I'm really sad to go, but I'm excited to be home. It's weird, I miss Japan and I miss my family too. So when you live away from home, it's kind of like you're always missing something, but this was a really lovely chance to see them and to explore a different place. And I just had the best time, and I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of it too. Janet. One of the best things too is that there's so many cats everywhere. In fact, I think I'll make a cat montage of all the cats here. Enjoy.